People trading with one another is our next example of individual actions leading to the greatest benefit. To understand why, let's think about Jack and Sarah. Jack and Sarah are neighbors who are each planning a pre-game party for their friends. To prepare for the party, each must decorate their apartments and prepare food for their guests. But because both Jack and Sarah spend much of their time studying, they have limited time to prepare for their parties. Could Jack and Sarah benefit from working together, even if Sarah's cooking and decorating skills are better than Jack's? The answer is yes, as long as each person specializes in the task at which they are relatively better. Suppose that Sarah is significantly better at cooking than Jack, and just a little better at decorating than him. In this case, Sarah is better off focusing her time doing the activity in which she has the greatest advantage over Jack, which is cooking. After all, remember that everything has a cost. If Sarah devotes time to decorating, she would have to sacrifice time from cooking and vice versa. And since Sarah is better at cooking, the food she would be giving up making would be worth too much to make decorating worthwhile. Therefore, Sarah is better off by specializing in cooking. But does that mean that Sarah's apartment goes undecorated? Of course not. By specializing in cooking, she can make twice the amount of food in less time than she would need to cook and decorate her apartment. She could trade the extra food with Jack, who specializes in decorating, and he decorates both apartments faster than trying to cook and decorate his apartment. Therefore, specialization in trade allows both Sarah and Jack to prepare for their parties in less time than it would take to do both activities themselves, thus making both better off. The same principle applies to the farmer, who specializes in growing food for himself and for others, including the banker, who in turn specializes in creating financial instruments for himself and the farmer. Trade makes us all better off. And trade not only makes people better off, it also benefits countries. Even a country as large as the United States produces only some of the goods that it consumes. To get the rest of the goods Americans require, we trade with other nations, sending them the goods we are best suited to produce, and receiving from them the goods that are relatively too costly to produce ourselves. In economics, we call the extra productivity from specialization in trade the gains from trade. Gains from trade occur when each person specializes in the activity in which they are relatively best at. This is a very important concept in economics that benefits individuals, businesses, and nations.